and welcome to Leaders Pathway, where leaders go to grow. I'm Velma Knowles from leaderspathway.com, and you're listening to the Leaders Pathway podcast. On this show, you'll learn powerful tips from inspiring stories to help you grow your leadership influence, impact, and income. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and come along with me as we explore how you can lead your life and work better. Now, let me ask you, what do you do when you feel stuck? Do you ever wonder why, despite your success, you still feel unfulfilled? Well, if so, you're not alone. And the good news is you don't have to stay stuck anymore. Today's lesson is a story that might sound a lot like where you are right now, or maybe where you've been before. Meet our leader, Jake. Jake's been climbing the corporate ladder for years. He's got the title, the paycheck, the fancy office, you name it, he's got it. But despite all those outward signs of success, Jake's hit this wall. He's feeling, he's feeling kind of empty. It's like he's done everything he thought he was supposed to do, but something just feels off. Have you ever felt like that? I mean, something just doesn't feel right when everything looks right? Now, before we go on, I'd like you to think about your own life for a second. Now, maybe you've hit some big goals and you've checked off some major life boxes, but inside you're asking, is this it? If that resonates, stick around. Jake's story is packed with some juicy takeaways, and I think you're going to walk away with a whole new perspective. Well, all right, let's get back to Jake and his story. It's another late night at the office. He's looking out over the city lights and he's asking himself, why am I doing this? All the wins he'd racked up don't feel like wins anymore, and he starts questioning, have I lost sight of what really matters? It's a tough spot to be in, right, friend? I mean, Jake realized he had no clear answers. So this time, instead of ignoring it like he used to, he actually leaned into the question. He started asking himself things that made him think, what do I actually care about? What do I really want? What do I miss in my life now? And Jake realized he was out of alignment with his values. So here's what Jake did. One evening, he sat down with a notebook. Yep, old school style, the paper and pen still works great these days. And he got brutally honest with himself. And he asked 3 specific questions that forced him to dig deep. And you can ask yourself these questions too. What lights me up? What makes me feel connected? And what do I actually enjoy doing? And as Jake started writing, things got real. He realized that he'd missed being creative, spending quality time with his family, and feeling a deeper sense of purpose in his life. You see, somewhere along the way, Jake's been so focused on climbing up that so-called ladder of success that he forgot what brought him joy in the first place. So after this reflection, Jake decided to do something about it. He knew that if he wanted to reconnect with what he cared about, he'd have to protect his time. Your time, friends, is your most valuable asset. His work was taking up all his energy, and there wasn't much left over for anything else. And it wasn't much left over for anyone else in his life either. So Jake set some real boundaries. No more emails late at night, no working on the weekends. He carved out specific time during the week to be with his family and just enjoy his life. And guess what? This small change gave him back his energy and actually made him more productive at work. Funny how that works, right? How about you? Are there areas in your life where you need to set some healthy boundaries? Because here's the thing, friends. Boundaries aren't about restrictions. They're about making room for the stuff that really count in your life. With those boundaries in place, Jake started feeling a lot better. But he also realized he wanted to build lasting change. So he reached out to a coach for support. And that's where things really started to take off for him. Together, they created a plan to sustain that joy and purpose that Jake was seeking. With his coach holding him accountable, Jake was able to stay on track and rekindle that excitement for the future. It's such a game changer when you have someone in your corner cheering you on. I want that for you, and I know you want that too. So, how can you, like Jake, rediscover that spark and live your best life? Well, here are the 3 key actions you can take when you feel stuck, just like Jake did. Number 1, reflect and realign your values. Take a moment right now, friends. Do this for yourself. Understand your core values and see where your actions may not be in sync with what you're doing. It's time just to be honest with a self-reflection. Number 2, set some boundaries and prioritize self-care. Listen up, friends. Self-care is not selfish. It's essential. You get on a plane, and what does the flight attendant tell you? In the event of an emergency, put your own face mask on first. Well, friends, don't wait for the emergency. Put your own face mask on first. Set those healthy boundaries and make sure you're prioritizing your well-being. And step number 3, seek out a coach and invest in personal growth. You don't have to navigate the leadership journey alone, because the leadership journey is a lonely journey. But seriously, asking for help is one of the most courageous things you can do as a leader. Now, Jake's story is a powerful reminder that success doesn't mean sacrificing happiness. You, my friend, deserve meaningful life filled with joy and excitement. Now just imagine waking up excited about what lies ahead, finding fulfillment in both your work and your personal life. This can happen for you. So, are you ready to create a life that feels as successful on the inside as it does on the outside? Well, click the link in the show notes to book your free discovery call with me, and let's make this happen together. I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me today. If you found this helpful, I'd love for you to share it with your friends. And when you want more resources on how you can lead and live better, head over to my website at leaderspathway.com. Until next time, remember, you've got this. God bless.